There came a day when the sky above my soul turned dark, and thunder started living inside my chest. I tried to pretend I was strong, tried to smile like nothing was breaking. Storms don't ask permission, they just come, and they bring everything within. Old wounds I thought were healed, fears I thought were buried, questions I thought I'd never ask again. They all came crashing with the rain, and I whispered, God, where do I stand when everything inside me feels like it's falling apart? And for a moment I thought silence was the only answer, but silence wasn't empty. Silence was filled with your presence. You didn't come shouting, you didn't come demanding strength. You came like steady breath in my lungs. You came like a quiet hand, gently holding a trembling heart. You didn't remove the storm, you held me inside it, and something holy happened. My fear didn't disappear, but it stopped ruling me. My tears didn't stop falling, but they stopped drowning me, because you were there, and your presence became my anchor. There's a faith you learn in sunshine, but there's a deeper faith you only learn in rain. The kind that doesn't depend on feelings, the kind that doesn't collapse your fear, the kind that survives because you never let go. And I found myself breathing again, not because the storm ended, but because you stayed. When the storm found my heart, I thought I'd fall apart, but your love stood stronger than the wind, and grace rewrote my scar. Oh, when the storm found my heart, you didn't walk away. You stayed, and I'm still standing today. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not when the sky clears, but when the soul survives the rain. And now I know when storms come again, and they will, I won't face them alone, because the same God who stood with me then still stands with me now. And faith didn't come easy, but it came real. When the storm found my heart, you held my breaking soul, and what I thought would end my fate brought me closer than before. When the storm found my heart, your There came a day when the sky above my soul turned dark and thunder started living inside my chest. I tried to pretend I was strong, tried to smile like nothing was breaking, but storms don't ask permission, they just come. And they bring everything with them. Old wounds I thought were healed, fears I thought were buried, questions I thought I'd never ask again. They all came crashing with the rain, and I whispered, God, where do I stand when everything inside me feels like it's falling apart? And for a moment I thought silence was the only answer, but silence wasn't empty. Silence was filled with your presence. You didn't come shouting, you didn't come demanding strength. You came like steady breath in my lungs. You came like a quiet hand, gently holding a trembling heart. You didn't remove the storm, you held me inside it, and something holy happened. My fear didn't disappear, but it stopped ruling me. My tears didn't stop falling, but they stopped drowning me, because you were there, and your presence became my anchor. There's a faith you learn in sunshine, but there's a deeper faith you only learn in rain. The kind that doesn't depend on feelings, the kind that doesn't collapse with fear, the kind that survives because you never let go. And I found myself breathing again, not because the storm ended, but because you stayed when the storm found my heart. I thought I'd fall apart, but your love stood stronger than the wind, and grace rewrote my scars when the storm found my heart. You didn't walk away, you stayed. You stayed, and I'm still standing today. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not when the sky clears, but when the soul survives the rain. And now I know when storms come again, and they will, I won't face them alone, because the same God who stood with me then still stands with me now. And faith didn't come easy, but it came real when the storm found my heart. You held my breaking soul, and what I thought would end my faith brought me closer than before. When the storm found my heart, your mercy covered me, and even in the raging wind, your presence said the wind began to scream around my life. And everything I thought was stable started to shake. Dreams that once felt certain suddenly felt fragile. Strength I thought I had began to tremble in my hands, and I found myself whispering, Lord, do I still believe when everything moves? Fear tried to make my heart its home. Doubt tried to speak louder than truth. Pain tried to convince me that faith was too weak for storms like this. But there in the chaos, something quiet rose inside me. instantly, but the kind that simply refuses to let go of the one who never lets go of me. And I realize faith doesn't always look glorious. Sometimes faith looks like breathing through tears. Sometimes faith looks like standing when your knees shake. Sometimes faith is simply staying when everything in you wants to run. And you, Lord, you didn't shame me for trembling. You didn't rebuke me for fear. You held me, you steadied me, you whispered, I am still here. And the wind kept blowing, but it no longer owned me. Faith in the wind, hope in the rain, peace in the storm, strength in the pain. Even when I'm breaking, your love remains the same. Faith in the wind, and I call your name. There's a faith you only learn when life doesn't behave, when prayers don't get instant answers, when the ground beneath you feels like it's shifting. It's the faith that stops trying to control the weather and learns instead trust the one who commands it. And somehow without the storm stopping, my heart began to calm. Not because I became stronger, but because I became aware you were still holding me. And that was enough. Faith in the wind, I'm still standing here. Even though I trembled, your mercy held my fear. You didn't tell me be unbroken, you just said don't let go. Faith in the wind, and grace began to grow. Faith isn't pretending, the storm isn't real. Faith is knowing God is more real than the storm. So let the wind blow, let the sky roar, let life shake everything that wasn't meant to stand. Because what remains is what was built on you. And tonight, in the middle of what should have destroyed me, I am still. There are moments when pain becomes too heavy to hide, too deep to explain, too real to ignore. And in those moments, I don't come to God with strength. I don't come with perfect words. I don't come with beautiful faith. I come with tears, with shaking hands, with a heart that feels like it's falling apart. And I kneel inside myself and whisper, Lord, I don't know what to do anymore. And somehow that whisper is enough, because prayer is not about impressing God. Prayer is about collapsing where He can hold you. And in that sacred place where pain meets prayer, heaven doesn't stay distant, heaven bends down. God doesn't stay far. He comes close. Suddenly the room doesn't change. The situation doesn't vanish, the storm doesn't end. But something inside me does. Not because I feel strong, but because I realize I'm not a band. He heard me, he always hears me. Where pain meets prayer, you meet me there. Where tears fall heavy, your mercy fills the air. I am not forgotten, even when I break apart. Where pain meets prayer, you hold my heart. There is something holy about crying in God's presence, because tears before Him are not weakness. They are worship, they are faith, saying, I still believe you care enough to listen. And in that place, I feel your hand on my soul. Not pushing, not rushing, just steady, strong, gentle. And you begin to heal wounds I didn't even have words for. You touch memories that still hurt. You soothe fears I never admitted aloud. You gather the broken pieces of me, and you don't discard them, you restore them. Where pain meets prayer, hope begins to rise. Where pain meets prayer, you wipe tears from my eyes. Not always fixing everything, but never leaving me alone. Where pain meets prayer, you make my heart your home. Prayer isn't me climbing to you. Prayer isn't me coming down to where I am broken and choosing to stay. So I will keep praying, not because life is easy, but because you are faithful. Not because I always feel strong, but because I know even in my weakness, you are with me. And every time pain meets prayer, grace. Where pain meets prayer, you never turn away. Where pain meets prayer, you listen when I have no words to say. You don't just hear my voice, you hear my soul, my cry, my fear. Where pain meets prayer, you are always near. There are seasons when I beg God to end the storm, but instead of stopping the rain, He stepped into with me. I remember the weight of those nights, the heaviness on my chest, the silent tears on my pillow, the ache of feeling too tired to fight, but too alive to collapse completely. And I whispered through the trembling, Lord, I'm not strong enough for this. And heaven didn't reply with thunder. Heaven replied with presence. Not loud, not dramatic, just near. You didn't pull me out of the storm instantly. You wrapped yourself around me inside it. You didn't rush the process. You didn't shame my weakness. You stood in the rain and held my breaking soul, as if it was never fragile in your hands. And something happened, not outside me, inside me. Peace didn't come like lightning. It came like slow sunrise, warm, patient, real. You didn't stop the rain, but you stopped it from drowning me. You held me in the rain when the thunder shook my faith. You stayed when I was falling. You wrapped me in your grace. You didn't wait for skies to clear before you called me safe. You held me in the rain, and love became my place. I learned something holy, standing there soaked in fear and tears. Sometimes God doesn't prove His love by ending the storm. Sometimes God proves His love by standing in it and refusing to leave. You didn't look away from my pain. You didn't dismiss my tears. You took them one by one as prayers. Every drop of rain that stung my spirit became a place where your mercy touched me. Every trembling breath became a moment you sustained me. And every second I thought I'd shatter became proof that grace is stronger than despair. You held me in the rain and gave my soul new strength. You stayed when all felt hopeless and met me in my pain. You didn't tell me don't collapse, you just didn't let me fall. You held me in the rain, and I survived it all. The miracle wasn't that the rain stopped. The miracle was that I didn't drown. The miracle was that I was never alone. And now when storms return, when skies darken, when winds scream my fears again, I carry a truth I will never forget. If He held me then, He will hold me now. If He stayed before, He will never leave now. If He walked through rain with me once, He will walk through every storm to come. And healing didn't come because the weather changed, healing came. Because His love never did. You held me in the rain There was a moment when I didn't lose faith, but it trembled when I didn't stop believing. But I felt close to breaking, and I whispered in honesty, God, I believe, but I'm struggling. There's a version of faith people love to talk about, the bold faith, the fearless faith, the faith that never doubts and never bends. But there's another kind, the kind you don't see on stages, the kind that doesn't shout, the kind that breathes slowly through tears, that holds on even when its hands are shaking. And that was me, standing in the middle of the storm with trembling knees and a heart that felt like it could collapse. But you didn't walk away. You didn't say I should be stronger. You didn't call me weak. You called me yours, and you stayed. You stood beside a shaking faith and didn't despise it. You covered it, you protected it, you breathed life into it, slowly, steadily, gently. You steadied me when my faith was shaking. Your hands were still strong when my hope was fading. Your love carried me on. You didn't need perfection, you just wanted me to stay. When my faith was shaking, you never looked away. I realized something sacred. God doesn't just love the faithful, He loves the frightened. He doesn't just hold the fearless, He holds the trembling. He doesn't just walk with the unwavering, He walks with the weary, whose faith is hanging by threads. And even then, threads are enough in the hands of a faithful God. You didn't demand I roar faith, you honored the whisper. You didn't expect me to be unbreakable. You honored the fact that I didn't run. You called that courage when my faith was shaking. You called me brave instead. You wiped the doubts from my heart and calmed the storms in my head. You didn't leave me in the valley, you walked with me all the way. When my faith was shaking, you chose to stay. Weak faith is still faith, a trembling prayer is still a prayer, a shaking heart is still loved by an unshakable God. And slowly, faith didn't just survive, it grew, it deepened, it rooted itself not in feelings, not in certainty, but in you alone. And I stand here tonight, not because I never fell, but because every time I did, you lifted me. When my faith was shaking, your grace held me tight. You didn't wait for me to be strong, you stood with me through the fight. Now I know I'm not a failure, just because I break sometimes. When my faith was shaking, your love never left mine. are seasons in life when you don't feel like you found healing. Healing finds you not when you're strong, not when everything is fixed, not when your faith feels perfect. But when you're standing in the middle of the storm, barely holding yourself together, and somehow God still calls you worthy of love. I didn't go searching bravely, I didn't come to God as a warrior. I came shaking, I came tired, I came barely standing, and somehow that was enough. I thought healing would feel loud, like trumpets and fire in the sky. But it didn't, it came quiet, soft, gentle. It came like a whisper in the dark that said, you are not alone, and you are not forgotten. Healing came, not when my circumstances changed, but when my heart finally let God hold the broken pieces. And in that sacred surrender, something holy happened. Peace didn't erase the scars, but it touched them until they stopped burning. Grace didn't erase my story, it redeemed it. Love didn't demand perfection, it simply stayed until I could breathe again. Healing found me there, in the tears in the night, wrapped around my trembling heart like mercy wrapped in light. I didn't climb the mountain, you walked into my despair. I didn't chase redemption, healing found me there. You didn't rush me forward, you didn't demand I get over it. You didn't shame me for feeling deeply, you sat with me like a friend who refused to leave. And I learned something precious. Healing isn't always God fixing everything around me. Sometimes healing is God fixing something inside me. You restored my soul, not suddenly, but faithfully, not loudly, but completely, piece by piece, breath by breath, moment by moment. You rebuilt the parts of me I thought were lost forever. And I stand here now, not perfect, not untouched by storms, but alive, stronger in grace than I ever was in strength. Healing found me there when I had nothing left to bring.
Healing found me there.
Under your everlasting wing, you didn't wait for me to rise. You kneeled down in my despair. I didn't chase salvation, healing found me there. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not escaping the valley, it's discovering God walked every step of it with you. And now I know, if storms come again, and they will, I don't have to fear them the way I once did, because the God who met me once will meet me again. The God who healed me once still heals today. And the faith I carry now isn't naive. It's seasoned, it knows storms exist, but it knows my God outlasts every one of them. And healing wasn't the end of my story. It became the beginning of who I am now. Healing found me there when I thought I was too far gone, and taught my weary soul a song. I didn't fight my way to freedom.